going to go ahead and pick up at agenda item number 4. This is some awards and recognitions. And first I want to start with recognizing Miss Ruth Gordon. I know she's here somewhere. Where is she? I know. But I want to, before you stand up, and I'll speak a little bit before you have to come up, but I don't want you to have to stand up too long. Huh? I tried to catch you just too fast. You got up too fast. But I want to share something with you. I do have a proclamation for Ruth Gordon, and I'm going to tell you something. One of the things that we can truly be proud of, and most don't know this, but this proclamation that we're presenting for Ruth Gordon tonight is based on 75 years of service from her father to her in providing a service here in our community as relates to weather service. And this is something that is huge. 75 years of any kind of contribution is something that's noteworthy and needs to be recognized. And I think it was, 2 weeks ago? Well, no, it seemed like it was 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, where you was actually awarded. She was supposed to be here last month, but had made plans to do other things. So she's here this month to be recognized. But I will tell you that they came down from NOAA, that came down and presented her award in her home. And I was fortunate to go and attend. And I'm gonna tell you, 75 years of service. I just wanna, before we even get started, to give her a round of applause for that. So I'm going to read through her proclamation, and then we'll come up and we'll present it. Whereas the National Weather Service Cooperative Observation Program relies upon the commitment of dedicated volunteers across the United States who faithfully record daily weather observations, providing an invaluable data that safeguards lives, informs communities, and preserves the climate history of our nation. And whereas the Gordon family of Pulaski County has stood among the most steadfast of these volunteers beginning in 1949, before I was born, believe it or not. When Ralph Gordon accepted the responsibility of observing and recording the weather for his community and has now continued the tradition of public service without interruption for more than 75 years. And whereas Ruth Gordon, daughter of Ralph Gordon, has personally carried his legacy forward through more than 30 years of devoted service as a cooperative weather observer, faithfully recording measurements of temperature, rainfall, and snowfall in all seasons, in all conditions. And whereas Ruth Gordon, when circumstances might have rightfully allowed her to step aside, chose instead to return to service during a period of critical need, including the historical floods that affected this region, ensuring that the Pulaski County remained covered, that the community was never without a trusted voice of observation. And whereas the observations recorded by Ruth Gordon and the Gordon family has contributed to the forecasts, flood warnings, agricultural planning, historical climate record, upon which the citizens of Waynesville, Pulaski County, and the state of Missouri have long depended on. And whereas the quiet, consistent, and selfless dedication demonstrated by Ruth Gordon and her family embodies the highest ideals of civic duty, neighborly care, and service above self, and stands as an enduring example to the generations of Waynesville citizens who will follow. Now, therefore, I, Sean A. Wilson, Mayor of the City of Waynesville, Missouri, on behalf of the Board of Councilmen and the citizens of this community, do hereby proclaim our profound and lasting gratitude to Ruth Gordon and the Gordon family for their extraordinary commitment to the National Weather Service and to the people they have served so faithfully over the 3/4 of a century. I need something to drink. I further call upon all residents of Waynesville to join me in recognizing the Gordon family's distinguished legacy of volunteerism and in honoring Ruth Gordon for her 30 years of personal service, of her devotion to her community and her unwavering presence as a trusted observer in our and neighbor. In witness whereof, I hereunto set hand and cause this seal of the city of Waynesville, Missouri to be affixed this 16th day of April 2026. Let's give Ruth Gordon a round. And she also brought her class here. I want to bring her up and give her an opportunity to share some if she wants to. Come up here. Can we get a photo too? What is this one here?
This is a certificate that they gave me telling me what all I have done and why I've done it. And it was my daddy, Ralph Land, by the way. Not Ralph Gordon, it was Ralph Land. And he's the one that started it. And I just, after he passed away, I took it over from him. This is my 25 years.
Let me do this. Can I get another hand?
This is the family. I wish they'd have put land there, but they didn't. This is the 30 years of mine. And I will put yours beside of that one on my wall in the front room.
Here, hold this one over on that side, on that side. Yeah, we'll sandwich it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. So we got this one here too. So we want to just recognize her. Let's give her another round of applause. Thank you, Ruth.
Do you want just one with you guys with your proclamation?
Yes.
For this?
Yeah, we'll do
Okay.
that. Take this back over there for me, please.
I'm gonna give them to my sister.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Be careful.
Oh, I will. My sister will see that one.
Oh, thank you. All right, next we have law enforcement recognition. Patrolwoman Shauna Player. I'm going to bring forward Chief. Is he here?
Awesome. Well, I'd like to give you a little background on this before we start, if that's okay, just a
Yes,
moment.
yeah.
In January, I got a call, middle of the night, don't even remember what time it was. We had a standoff with an armed citizen who was halfway threatening individuals in civil life. Officer Player and Pulaski County Deputy, I'll let the sheriff introduce him. Upon my arrival, I saw these two calmly, professional, conducting business, talking to the suspect at this time. Shortly after my arrival, they were able to talk him into giving his gun. He did. And from that point forward, I got to continue to watch these two, try to keep them calm because it did escalate a little bit more without that firearm though, which was hyper-critical. That firearm could have led to his death, innocent death, ours, and these two calm situations down to such a degree that the firearm was out of the equation at the start. I'd like to call up Corey Ward if I can. Corey was on scene with Claire at the very beginning, and I'll let him explain just what they
based off the severity of the situation and possible for life injury. It was just her and I. I did request assistance from Placer County Sheriff's Department, which Deputy Jordan and another deputy both arrived on scene shortly after we got there. It was a very chaotic scene initially. There was family members, also one child was in the house. So I took command and control of the situation while Officer Player and Deputy Jordan approached the door. We were able to get the child out almost immediately. And at that point, both of them did observe an individual inside with, I believe it was 3 firearms. And he kept rotating from one to the other, putting it in his mouth directly, multiple times. And I was blessed to have Deputy Jordan there. There's not another individual I would have been very pleased, besides me being behind it, but I couldn't do it for him. I believe it was probably every bit of 20 minutes. Officer Player was constantly talking to this individual, trying to get him to relinquish his firearms to us. We were able to get one by one out of the residence, secured. Finally got the third one out. I think it said about 20 minutes. And then the individual ended up getting up at that point, and he rushed into the kitchen. And without skipping a beat, Deputy Jordan was in that house quick. The individual had retrieved a knife, and he did cut himself, but it was very minor. They were able to get him in handcuffs and secured. Medics were very, very close by at this point. We were able to get medics on scene to treat the individual, and he was ultimately transported to the hospital. And from our understanding now, he's doing extremely well, living with his family. His son was also in the house during this whole interaction as well. But she was not even 6-month mark as a police officer, with her firearm in her holster, because that was one of the things that this individual requested. And with having a secondary deputy there to help, we had lethal cover if we needed to. But she put her firearm in and was able to talk this individual down as not even 6 months on the street. It was
She risked nothing less than absolutely everything.
absolutely calm and collected, which is what it needed to be, whereas a lot of people would not be so calm, maybe, So, again, I'm thankful to have her as a partner. I'm very thankful to have JD. He had her back, and again, it made me comfortable. So,
Sheriff, can I get you up here, sir? Can you introduce your deputy so we can include him at the same time?
I get Deputy J.D. Jordan.
Now, on top of this, Officer Player had to save me again, because I had to fight the guy in an ambulance, which isn't so easy. She was able to come to my location, literally hold his hand in the ambulance all the way to the hospital, which kept me from having to tussle with him again. So she did an extraordinary job. Officer Player, for your courage, for your exceptional dedication to our citizens, to our department, I'd like to present you with this award from the American Police Hall of Fame. This is the Life Saving Award, hereby presented to Patrolman Shauna Player in recognition of your unselfish actions during an emergency situation which resulted in the saving of a human life. Your proper application of training, experience, and equipment exemplifies your dedication to duty, the preservation of life, and the service of our community. Officer Player, thank you very much.
Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Got it.
It also comes with the actual medal and the bar that goes over on your.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Sheriff?
I don't have too much more to add than that the Chief and Corey Horton had already said. However, these types of things right here are what you don't see in the news, what you don't hear about. You hear about the negative stuff and how police are bad and mean and stuff like that, but you never hear about when the officers are saving lives out there in the community, risking their own lives as they do. So it's a testament to that training, their professionalism, and everything that goes along with doing the job correctly and doing it right. Because very easily with a weapon, I mean, a lot of officers, it could have been, you know, depending on where he's got this weapon, it could have been a shoot. So they maintain their character, they maintain their bravery, and they were able to execute this top-notch, professionally. And without further ado, Corporal Jerry Dale Jordan, in recognition for your selfless actions during an emergency situation which resulted in the saving of human life. Your proper application of training, experience, and equipment exemplifies your dedication to duty, the preservation of life, and service to the community. So I'm proud to have you as one of my deputies. Thank you very much.
One, two, three.
What a way to start the meeting tonight. Just reflecting on our community's finest and contributors. And when you talk about serving the community, and I concur with what the sheriff just spoke, that, you know, the good things is not always what gets the most press. And it seems like that there is no good happening, but there's a lot of good that's going on in our community. And it wouldn't happen without people that's willing to sacrifice and give up what they have, is their time, their life, their talents, and all these other things. They're willing to go out here and do that for the sake of the community. With both of these, or all three of these acknowledgments tonight and recognitions, we see something that is a thread that goes through them all, and it's commitment, and it's service, and it's legacy, and it's sacrifice. You know, and that's why, one of the reasons why I love serving in this community, because of people like that. You know, doing the hard work, you know, in the midst of all of the criticisms from the non-doers. But I'm gonna say my hat's off to you. Thank you for the work that you do, and we're here to support you in any way we can. Yep. All right. Now to move on to tonight's, I kind of wrote some things down to try to stay online so I don't talk too much. But I just wanted to say this was it. It was thank you for all of the service that's being done in this community. And so I won't even go too much into that this evening, what I wrote down and prepared. But I do want to kind of move through some things. This is our business spotlight of the month, and I wanted to kind of make sure everybody knows. I know everyone's seen that place somewhere around here and have tasted the pizza at least. But Business Spotlight Casey's this is the first time that they are the Business Spotlight in our city. But this is, of course, they've been here for many years serving in our community and providing service to ours. So if you get a chance, if you go into Casey's, just tell them thank you for your continued service to our community, because we really do appreciate their service. It takes people in our community, and it takes businesses in our community for us to really truly be a community. They provide a service, and that improves the quality of life and opportunities for all of our citizens. Next here we have, and it's one of these sad things to say is that we have to look for another police chief to serve in our city, and we definitely, it'll be a hard find to find someone to fill his shoes, but we appreciate his time, and once he made it official, we tried to hold on as much as we could, but his time is now coming up upon us, and we have to request support in this area. So the city of Waynesville is currently accepting applications for the chief of police. The application deadline is May 1st of 2026, and submissions will be reviewed as they are received until the position is filled. But definitely, This is not a highlight, but definitely is a necessity. As we can see, we need the right candidates to lead our police force, and as I call it, our peace officers, right? So we want to make sure that we support that. Also, we have our recognition. Now, this is something, these are our unsung heroes that we're talking about tonight. Like, when children are young, they say they might want to be a police officer. They may want to be an engineer that graduates from S&T or something like that. But you don't hear them saying, I want to be a lineman. You know, and most people don't know what that is, but I'm going to tell you, our linemen and our utility department, they do a phenomenal job. They were recognized again for a national recognition for reliability, exceptional reliability. I'm going to tell you, they was in the top 25% across the nation. And what most people say, little old Waynesville, top 25% of the most reliable services. That's big. That's something big coming out of what people perceive as something small. But the size of our community doesn't dictate our excellence. It's the effort that everybody put into improving and doing the right things at the right time and taking their job seriously. So I wanted to say thank you to Daniel Sheldon and the electric department for a job well done, and definitely something. They always put us on a map in here. I can't even tell you. They like I don't like the Patriots, but they're like Tom Brady when it comes to exceptional service and reliability, at least when he was on the Patriots. All right. Also, we have our police department has completed the construction of the range, which is awesome. It's a nice area. I remember I went out there before it was ever even done, but I'm going to tell you, the pictures here don't do it any justice. They did a phenomenal job. Right now, it is restricted strictly for our police force to utilize, but our goal is to open it up to public, but we have to make sure we have all the legal parameters in place, and we have to make sure, because of liabilities and things like that, and we also want to make sure that we have all the systems and the processes for requesting usage of that facility in place. So just bear with us as we navigate that process, and we'll keep everybody informed when the situation changes. But great job on that. And then, of course, this week, that is not an alligator with warts. That is a storm. The best sapper competition will take place this weekend, rain or shine. The only thing that may hinder us is the rain and the location. We have always had an alternate location, and that is at the high school. So some of the events, maybe the skydivers may not be jumping in, but we don't know that right now. We are still waiting on the word from the fort, because the engineer regiment is the one that's going to really have the final call on that, on where they're going to be. So as soon as we have some more information, we will let you know. But for right now, it is still scheduled in the park, and the kickoff ceremony starts at 12. That's the opening ceremony. We still have vendors that are supposed to be there. Chick-fil-A is supposed to be there, or will be there. If the location changes, the location will be at the Waynesville High School, but at the same time will still be in effect. So just be mindful of traffic that morning. Keep an eye out for any changes on our city website. And if you have the app, you can be notified there as well. And that is all I'm going to have for right now. Are there any questions from the council of me before I turn this over to our city administrator?
Where's the shooting range at?
The shooting range is out on, it's on the outer road over near, across the highway.
Okay.
On the south side of I-44, near where if you're going towards the coffee shop over there. What's the
Sunlight.
Sunlight? Thank you. Yeah. I didn't know the address. I know how to get there though. All right. No other questions? All right, John, let's go.
Citizens' comments.
Oh, I'm sorry, citizens' comments. Yeah, I got to get into that. We already working. All right, so if there are citizens' comments tonight, you can move forward to the podium and please state your name and your address, and we will address the questions or concerns. All right, thank you. We'll go ahead and move on to city administrator's report.
So the Waynesville Park Board met April 9th. They were planning for Kids to Park Day and other events coming up in the park, and each gave a park update. And next meeting is May 14th. Utility Committee met April 6th, discussed the territorial agreement update with the service report. Each department gave an update. The next meeting for Utility Committee is May 4th. Economic Development Committee met April 6th. As Mayor had mentioned, the Business Spotlight was selected as Casey's. The next meeting for Economic Development is May the 4th. Roads and Grounds met April 7th. Abatements again will be continuing to be addressed as we move through the spring. Grass is growing. Next meeting for Roads and Grounds, May 5th. Emergency Services Committee, Animal Shelter update was given. Police Department update for calls.
As I mentioned, sorry Dan, I really wanted you to stay. I worked hard on this slideshow. Wanted the Waynesville Police Chief rewards great workplace, right Dan? And inquire inside. The individual we're looking for probably won't look like this guy, but I think he has the characteristics of this guy. The knowledge, the character, the attitude, the work ethic, sense of community, and the understanding of the people that he serves is incredible, and it's going to be really hard to replace. Everybody knows Chief Cordova. They know him so well, they don't call him Chief. They call him Dan, and that's important. So, the next slide is also for you, Dan. We're going to have a come and go retirement party for Police Chief Cordova. When will be Friday the 24th from 11 to 1 here at City Hall. Okay? Come celebrate his service and retirement with all of us. And there are some flyers. We left some back there for people to gather, so we don't forget that, and we will be posting that out on our social media and things like that. And thanks again, Dan, truly. The Waynesville Central Dispatch gave an update on, again, the calls for service. Fire Department gave us an update saying that there would be some hydrant flushing that will be happening within our water system, so be expecting that coming up through the spring. There was a visitor regarding bike training or dog training in the park, and they updated the Emergency Services Committee about that training and type of training and what they experienced during that training. This has been ongoing within, this isn't a new a training that is within the park. This has been since 2015, 2016. This has some age on it. And we are working to accommodate all. The city has a very nice park, a large area, and we will continue to work to make sure that all interests are covered in that park. We want people to enjoy the park, whether they're walking or training dogs or playing. So again, the gentleman, Jalen Clay, was there, was his name, and he actually gave a very good presentation on what they do as trainers. The next meeting will be May 7th. Finance and Human Resources Committee met April 9th. We discussed the CID. The next meeting for Finance and Human Resources is May 7th. Planning and Zoning was scheduled for April 14th. No meeting was held. The next meeting is scheduled for May the 12th. And the Board of Adjustments, no meeting was held. Next meeting will to be determined. And finally, the special events. As you can see, we are moving up rapidly on Best Sapper, and we will be going nearly every weekend with some activity within the community, and most of those within the park.
Any questions for John? Okay, John, thank you. All right, council discussion. I got one thing. I've been approached several times about speed. speeding in the neighborhoods, things like that. So, you know, the recommendation came up again for speed bumps and more signs. So, what was your input?
That doesn't help. More signage doesn't help. Speed bumps don't seem to help. Maybe speed humps would help.
Okay.
I agree
Speed
to that.
hump?
Yeah, I agree with a larger speed hump to where you can slow down, especially in the 25-mile-an-hour zone. Not only is it just through town that I've been witness to and seeing a lot of lately, but also through the summer pass, it's been extremely ridiculous. We have a young gentleman there that's, a couple of them on motorcycles that are full throttle in third gear by the time they go by my house.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, a speed bump is this, right? A speed hump has an incline, flattens out, and goes back down. So it really will mess up a car if people hit that at a great amount of speed. So when they see those, they really do slow down. Where a speed bump, unless they have a very low car, you can fly over a speed bump.
But the speed humps, bicyclists and motorcycle guys, most of them like it unless they're riding a big park.
Yep.
Because it gives them something airborne. But I noticed living down close to the city park, how the speed is picked up. And with all the work going on through town, North Street is getting a whole lot more traffic and they don't know what 25-mile-an-hour is.
Yeah.
So,
Nor do they know what a stop sign is.
exactly.
Yeah.
I almost had seen a collision just about 3 days ago right there at Bidden and North.
Yep.
You know, they just fly right through that stop sign.
Is it a demographics that's being a violator, or is it everyone? Is there a demographic?
Well, with so much going on in the park, especially youth sports and stuff, people are in a hurry. They get there to see their kids play, and they get out of there so they can go get their dinner or whatever their next errand is. So it's not just one particular individual.
Yeah, I also coming across Broadway, it's been very bad lately. Again, they're avoiding the traffic. They're shooting up and blasting right through stop signs. Couple times coming over the crest at, I believe it's Broadway in Maine, where there's the yield there. Many a times there's just no yield at all. And they're blowing through there doing at least 20 or more.
So one of the reasons I wanted to bring up speed is because I wanted everybody to know that we all recognize the same thing. But just like Councilwoman Corinne said, it's not the signs. We don't need more signs. We just need people to follow what's already written. Any neighborhood in our community is 25. We don't need to put another sign in to tell you it's 25. It doesn't change to 55 nowhere. I can tell you right now, at 10, 11 at night, there's a car that, I don't know if he's getting off work, but he's viewing, I can, like clockwork in my neighborhood. And I know it's like 10, 11, like 10.11 every night. So, and he's just revving his engine, speeding through the neighborhood. And, but we all have to take a responsibility. If you see vehicles that are speeding, and I'm saying this to our citizens that may be watching, please get the make and model of the vehicle and then contact a non-emergent number and tell them, hey, this vehicle was speeding. They may not be able to go out there and give them a ticket because they didn't see it, but at least they'll know that they're on notice, they're being watched, right? So we got to make sure that we report that and saying something. We didn't bring this up last month, but since we're talking about law enforcement and community and reporting, but we did have we did talk about the bathrooms that were lit on fire. They was vandalized. Now, I was on the park board for a long time, and I'm gonna tell you, vandalism in the park is like an ongoing thing. Like it happens, like that's something that people do, but the way that we can beat that is if the adults that are out there, if you see something that you gotta report it, you gotta say something. If not, we're all paying for it. Like it's not the city, we are the city. Everybody that's in this community is the city. If the city gets sued, the citizens get sued. If we do things that put the city in jeopardy, the whole community pays for it. But when people damage our property, the whole community pays for it. So it's not us that sets this, it's our citizens. If we don't take care of what we have, and we don't let people know that this is our stuff, then they're gonna just do whatever they wanna do with it. But we need to stand up and start reporting it and calling the non-emergent number here at the police department. And that way we can get that information out there, get law enforcement out there to respond. But that's all I have. Anybody else have anything else? But thank you for your input on that. Look like you were about to say something.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm good.
Thought you was about to launch something. All right, so we don't have any items of consideration for tonight. Any other business before we move on to certification of the election results? Okay. So at this point, we have to, you see the election results there. We have to vote on that. I entertain a motion to certify the elections results as published.
I make a motion
Motion
that we
by
accept them as published.
Ms. Grant,
I will second that.
Ms. Dills. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Councilman Farnum,
Yes.
Councilman Harold,
Yes.
Councilwoman Bills,
Yes.
Councilman Rice,
Yes.
Councilman Bland,
Yes.
Councilwoman Corn.
Yes.
Now, we're going to get to the agenda item number 12 is almost ending the same way that we began. We're talking about people and service, those that are committed to serve. And I'm going to tell you, I'm so happy to have our entire council stay intact because we got a great team. And everybody brings something to the table. And that's one of the things that makes it a lot easier to sit in the seat that I sit in, is because we have such a talented group of people. But with that being said, and I'm going to tell you, they're not doing it for the big bucks that they get paid for. Right? That's not why they're doing this. But they do a phenomenal job, and I'm glad to see you here. So we have from Ward 1, Rob Rice, and we're going to ask everybody to stand up, move forward, because you're going to have to be sworn in. You got to do it again.
Thank you, Mayor.
All right. So we'll give Rob Rice, let's give him a round of applause as they move forward. Anthony Harold, Ward 2. And the place to be, Ward 3, with Mr. Bland, Ryan Bland. That's the best ward in the city.
It's 4, yeah.
And we got,
And didn't we have more votes than the,
we have one that is not here. Yeah, we have most people participating in the Ward Finder. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
oh,
All right, so Ward 4 is Mr. Hyatt, who cannot be here tonight. He's taking care of his spouse, which is understandable, and we will swear him in once he comes back. So I'll turn it over to the clerk at this point.
So we're going to say it all together at the same time. So if you'll line up,
right here.
raise your right hand.
Here, I'll move out of the way. Y'all can get the...
Okay.
You guys have done this before, so I've never done this. So, I say your name,
I, Rob Rice, Harold,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for the office of Councilman Sayer Ward,
for the office of Councilman Ward 2,
and that I support the constitutions of the United States
and I support the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Missouri,
and the state of Missouri,
the provisions of all the laws
the provisions of all the laws
of the state affecting
and the state affecting
cities of the third
the
class
cities of the third class
and the ordinances
and the ordinances
of the city of Waynesville.
of the city of Waynesville.
I shall faithfully conduct myself in office
I shall faithfully conduct myself in office
and respect the competences
and respect the confidences
and information which comes into my possession.
and information that comes into my possession.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
If you'll sign the official ones for me, and then I will sign these for the record. And then those ones will be
sir. This on the memo.
Yes, so that's the one you get to keep. And then I have mine.
The signature too famous one there right here.
No. I hope not, 'cause it's
That's
too
already
long.
famous.
And then stay here because we got to take a picture of you guys too.
Okay. It's a good thing I got a haircut.
Tell my parents that 4 names is
Looks
what I
good.
want. We're gonna get a.
You get the flag in the back. Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Sean, move back over this way. Right there. Don't move. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna get a full one. 1, 2, 3. Got it.
Thank you.
All right, at this point, we have our nominations or selection, self-nomination or nominated by their peer, the selection for Mayor Pro Tem. So at this time, I'll entertain any nominations for Mayor Pro Tem.
Mrs. Corral.
Oh, Mrs. Corinne, okay,
Sure, she did fine. I second that one.
all right. All right, so any other nominations?
I nominate Brian Bland.
So Amanda Corinne and Ryan Bland. Any other nominations? No. Okay. All right, this time we'll take a vote. We'll, based off the first nomination, so Amanda Corinne, so by a show of hands, who votes for Amanda Corinne?
There we go.
Okay. All right, by a show of hands, who votes for Ryan Bland? Looks like Amanda Corinne wins. So we'll go ahead and give you an opportunity to give a speech tonight.
Thanks so much. End of speech.
All right. And now we'll move on to agenda item number 15. This is our assignments of our committee assignments. I entertain a motion to approve the committee assignments.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Mr. Harrell?
Yep.
So, Mr. Rice, any discussion?
No, I thought it looked good.
Good to go on that? No questions?
There were no changes from when we saw it
It was
last
minor
month.
changes. We did have Mr. Hyatt changed with, who was it? Mr. Farmer. Yeah, they switched.
Oh,
Yeah, so that was,
different than the sheet.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there was one, I sent out an email and seen, where everybody were. Just so everyone knows that the way that this works is, the mayor kind of puts together the committee's assignments every election cycle. But what I do is I always ask, where do you want to be? Does it impact your regular schedule? Because this is a second job for them. So we want to make sure it actually fits not only with their professional growth, but also that they can actually be at the meetings, because that's where the work is done. Some cities don't have a committee system, they actually have 2 council meetings. But we run off a committee system, and it actually works good for us because we have the people that can actually run the meetings and get things done. But with that being said, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Councilwoman Corin,
Yes.
Councilman Bland,
Yes.
Councilman Rice,
Yes.
Councilwoman Dills. Yes. Councilman Harold,
Yes.
Councilman Farmer.
Yes.
Thank you.
We will begin our council comments tonight with the newly elected Mayor Pro Tem.
First, I want to say it is truly an honor that you all think so highly of me as your mayor pro tem, that you would nominate me. I think this is my third time, so thank you. Thank you so much. I am honored to be your mayor pro tem.
All right.
I just want to say congrats and thank you to everybody that we acknowledged today. The police, the electric department that keeps us all glowing, and all of you that were re-elected. So it is truly an honor to sit up here and help guide the future of our wonderful city. And I appreciate each and every one of you, as well as all the staff. You know, you always have my heart, so thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Blaine?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the police department too. I mean, saving a life, that's a pretty big deal. That's pretty big. Congratulations. And again, I'd like to congratulate my partners in crime over here, Mr. Rob Rice and Anthony Harold. Robert's not here tonight, so I can't congratulate him, but congratulations to both of you as well.
Thank you. All right, thank you. Mr. Rice?
Yes, I want to thank Chief Cordova for his service to Waynesville. He's done a brilliant job, and he's a wonderful human being. And sorry to see you go, and I wish you the best luck in future endeavors. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Deals?
Again, kudos to the police department going through town in the morning and in the afternoon. It's been a mess, but they've managed. It's going pretty smooth. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Deals. Mr. Harold?
I want to also just recognize again one more time for the 75 years of service. Thank you so much, Ms. Gordon. To me, that means a lot because I didn't realize when I moved here to Missouri that I'm actually a fourth-generation Missourian. My great-grandfather moved here from Ireland to Missouri. So the Harold last name is actually all throughout Leesburg, Humansville, which I learned there's only about 8 people there. But anyhow, again, thank you for the police department for all your service. Thank you, Mayor, Mr. Cordova. Chief, I appreciate all the things you've done. And also, too, for the residents, please, when you're going down through downtown, please give everybody a little bit more grace. There are cars trying to come out of businesses. Give them a second to say, you know what, go right ahead. It's not going to hurt you for that extra 2 seconds to let them out to get through. If you see the workers on the side of the road, give them a little more grace, give them a little more space. They could appreciate it and they recognize it when you do give them that. But that's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Harold.
Me?
Yeah.
I just want to say, like everybody else, thanks to the chief. Hate to see him go, but I understand. I imagine they're still going to be around here, so we'll still see you from time to time. Our utility crews are really, really good. Electric guys, our water sewer guys. We couldn't ask for a better group of people. And I'm just proud to serve on the council and knowing those folks. So, wonderful weather is finally arriving, so it sort of looks like. Your yard gets grown up real tall, cut your grass. It doesn't take a whole lot of time or trouble. It's better than having somebody come visit you from the city and giving you the old snake eye or whatever you want to call it. But we've got a great council. I'm glad to see them back. And if we'd really been thinking, we would either put Bob or Donna in some kind of position since they weren't at the council meeting. But that's the standard rule. You don't show up for a meeting, you get elected to something. So, make it
John
hard.
David is the new mayor pro tem.
Congratulations, you guys. I wish our election turnouts would get bigger. I mean, I counted, 280 votes for the entire city council votes. And we've got over 5,000 people in our town. I don't know how many actual registered voters. That's a horrible turnout. But thank you to the people that did get out to vote.
All right, thank you, Mr. Farnham. I just got a couple of things. One is I want to thank the TigerTV team, Waynesville students. We got Caden, Finn, Denver, Cheyenne, and Connor. Did I get those names right? All right, thank you for your service tonight. Y'all in the midst of it, doing great things on a school night. All right, but I want to thank you for what you're doing, and you're doing. That's a great program that you're a part of, and I wish you all success as you continue to move forward. And this year is almost over. So what grade you going to be in next year? 12. Oh man, so you're almost out on your own. Pay taxes and do stuff like that. All right, the last thing I got a couple other things, hold on. I wanted to say thank you to the Waynesville Action Group. For those that don't know, the Waynesville Action Group and our first real group that stood up, we started to collect history over the last century to celebrate the 100 years on Route 66. They went out and interviewed several businesses, over 50, 60 businesses, to gather information. We're putting together a newspaper that has all of this information in it, and it's the history of Waynesville and Route 66 and how it has kind of transformed over the years. So our team has really done a great job. They volunteered to go down to Rolla. We picked up the old newspapers from Rolla, and they're now in the senior center. So if you want to go in there on a Tuesday to look at the old newspapers, they're very well kept. They're in the basement. You can look through there and go down memory lane. For some people, they actually seen themselves in high school winning a basketball champion or competing. Maybe they lost. I don't know, but they were in there. So that team of 6 people, we are now putting together the final stretch of it, and that's the newspaper. We'll keep everybody abreast when it comes out. The other thing is we have a position open, the park board. We have a park board position open. If you know someone that is willing to participate, that's not involved in a lot of other things, but want to help out in our city park, with the Kids to Park Day is one of the events that they facilitate. If you're interested in creating change in our community and want to volunteer, that's a great way to volunteer. That's where I started, and then it kind of went from there. A sense of service for the community. You never know what options, but that's a great place to start. As a matter of fact, I sat on the park board with Councilwoman Corinne. We were both on there, and we were a part of the Little Heroes Playground.
Yep.
Like, we were the team that actually worked together to put that together, and we had a great team of people working with those projects. Lastly, I have to share this piece, and then I was going to share it earlier, it just wasn't in the right spot, being as though all of the recognitions that were going on. But I want to tell everybody we have a tool here in the city, is the event bucket, and let me explain what it is. When you were sitting out here in closed session, you seen these different flyers that came up. So those flyers that come up, that comes from our citizens. What the citizens will do is they will add their events in there. I don't care if it's a yard sale, because that'll reduce yard sale signs. That yard sale, or you have anything going on with your business. If you have anything going on with anything happening in the city with your business, it's for economic development. I don't care what it is. It'll be PSAs that'll be here from the city, will be posted. There will be reminders and updates. It even has a weather alert on it. So as the weather happens, like tonight, it may pop up, but I guess the warning has went off, so it's not up there now. But it'll have information there for you. You don't have to sit here and watch this either. If you open it up on your phone, you just click on it and you can look through all of the flyers and everything that's going on here in our city. What we want to do is we want to support our businesses, and this is free to the community. You get on there, you just put it up there, whatever it is, it goes through a process. It takes you less than 2 minutes. You upload your flyer, you fill out the information, you answer a few questions, you put your link in, it creates a QR code for you. You don't have to do any of that stuff. So we just want to make sure that our businesses can share their information. And the key is, and one of the other goals is, we want to make sure that this is in every business. You can just put the link up and put it in your lobby and let it play. So when people are waiting to go to their appointments, they'll know what's going on in Waynesville. This is how we thrive together as a team. We share each other's information, and we make sure we support everybody's efforts. So that's what the whole point is behind it. has nothing else but to get information out and make sure we got one place to go. I will be honest, it was hard for me to look through everything on social media trying to find out all this stuff because I want to share everybody's information, but I can't search every page and all these other things. If we have one location where we have this information for our community, I will share it on the radio. I will share it in every outlet that I go to and let everybody know, because our event coordinators are very important that create these events in our parks. When they don't have support, our events go away. With that being said, our Old Settlers Day, something that should still be going on here in our community, we need volunteers that step up and take the baton and take it the next leg of the race. So if you're looking at something to do in the community, you like history, that is certainly something we need to make sure that we bring back next year, because we won't have Old Settlers Day this year. But that's why community takes people and not just individuals. It's not the city, it's not the citizens, it's all of us that makes our community. With that being said, this meeting is adjourned.